Let's talk about this. You have to stop avoiding feeling your feelings. We grow up in a world where we are taught to not feel our feelings. We're taught to suppress because if I feel my feelings in the middle of my day, I will not be productive. I will look weak. What do we do when these feelings are coming up that we are not allowing ourselves to feel? We suppress them. We avoid them. We find other ways to cope with whatever wants to come up by binge watching TV shows, by drinking alcohol, by eating mindlessly, eating way too much, shopping, mindlessly scrolling on social media. And this is something that I think not enough people are talking about. Feelings are not you. They are a part of you. Feelings and emotions are just there to alert you about something that is going on. That's something you don't always also have to know. So a lot of people, when they're feeling an emotion like sadness or anger, they make it about themselves, right? What do you say in the English language? You say, I am sad, I am angry. So just by implying, saying I am, that you are this emotion, you can't distance yourself from that emotion. You can't look at it as a separate entity. When we're in the emotion, feeling that emotion is even more intense, and we are defining ourselves by that emotion. But when we do that, we lose the control of being able to shift the emotion. When we are defining ourselves by the emotion, we believe that, for example, you're having a great day, everything is going well, and then you're feeling a sense of sadness. Then you might feel guilty and you're trying to explain why you're feeling sad even though your day is great. And so you are trying to avoid that sadness because you're like, I'm not supposed to feel sad right now. My life is great. Why am I feeling sad? Let's not feel this right now and try to avoid feeling the very thing that needs to be felt. By doing so, you are pretty much over and over letting that emotion stay stagnant or stuck in your body. Because what are emotions? Emotions are energy in motion. That means that that emotion wants to be moved through your body as a separate thing. When we make the emotion about ourselves and then we don't want to feel it, it gets stuck in the body. Instead of moving through our body, it gets stuck. And then when the emotion gets stuck, it carries on throughout days, weeks, or years at a time. And that emotion is constantly there, not fully being able to be felt, not fully being able to be processed or moved through the body. I'm going to give you an example. A couple of days ago, I felt this immense amount of sadness out of nowhere. I was going about my day and then I'm starting to feel this sadness. And I'm like, okay, interesting. I'm feeling this sadness right now. And I shared this with my partner, and my partner tried to find a reason. He's like, why are you sad? I'm like, I can't tell. I do not know. And he immediately went into, okay, let's fix this mentality. Like, let's try to find a way for you to not feel this way. And I realized in that moment, I didn't need fixing, because by fixing it, I would have suppressed the actual emotion that needed to come up and needed to be felt by me. So instead of fixing, I decided to be with that emotion. And I was sad and I cried, and I didn't try to find a reason why I was feeling this way. I didn't judge myself for it. Instead, I created that space to just be, to feel, to process. And after that, it was cleared out of the body. It was gone. It wasn't there anymore. And my energy completely shifted. But if I would have tried to avoid that emotion, I would have made it wrong. I would have believed I'm not supposed to feel sad right now. Why am I feeling sad? This is so annoying. I would try to find a reason why I'm feeling sad. I would try to avoid it by doing something else. That sadness might have still lingered around into the next days to come. But because I created that space to just be for a moment, that emotion was able to be moved through my body and processed and let go. This is so normal for emotions to move through the body. Why it might feel like a lot right now is because you're scared to feel it, right? A lot of people don't even want to feel that emotion because it's scary. It's scary to sit with an uncomfortable emotion. Generally, emotions are not bad or good. They're just there to tell us something, right? But sometimes some emotions are not as great and they can feel very heavy. They can feel very scary, but it's also about you creating that safety within yourself, knowing that you're good if you feel that emotion. Practicing that as well. What I did, it didn't come from one day to the other. I needed to practice to allow myself to feel that. And once I did, the interesting thing is, as I have a coaching program I create online, I got this new idea again. When you are are not also allowing yourself to feel, you're being blocked by actually what wants to come through. So by me not only allowing myself to feel that emotion, for it to pass through my body, all of this new stuff started to come up, these new ideas. I started to see life differently again. And I was like, oh my God, it makes sense. But if I wouldn't have allowed myself to feel that, I would have continued staying blocked and these new ideas wouldn't have come through. So I truly believe you are the channel of allowing emotions to move through you, creating that safe space for that emotion to come up, but also allowing that thing to unblock you, to see what wants to come through on the other side. That's how powerful it can be. If you like this type of content, please let me know down below. Subscribe to my channel, comment, whatever it is that you can do to show some support. Sending you so much love, and until the next one, bye-bye.